Have you ever wondered why some organizations seem to operate smoothly, detecting and preventing problems before they grow, while others collapse under fraud, inefficiency, or chaos? The answer often lies in one phrase: internal controls. Welcome to this first lecture in our course on mastering internal controls. In this session, we'll uncover what internal controls truly are, why they matter, and how they form the invisible framework that keeps organizations honest, efficient, and resilient. Let's begin with the basics. Internal controls are the policies, procedures, and systems designed to ensure that an organization achieves its objectives in financial reporting, compliance, and operations. They are not just about catching mistakes, they are about preventing them before they occur. Think of internal controls as the immune system of an organization. When it works well, it detects irregularities early, protects assets, and strengthens trust among stakeholders. When it fails, the entire organization becomes vulnerable to fraud, error, and even collapse. So, what's the purpose of internal controls? There are three core objectives every control system aims to achieve. First, operational effectiveness and efficiency. Controls ensure that resources are used wisely, processes run smoothly, and operations align with strategic goals. For example, clear approval hierarchies prevent unauthorized spending and improve accountability. Second, reliable financial reporting. Accurate and transparent reporting builds trust with investors, regulators, and the public. Internal controls make sure that every transaction is properly recorded, verified, and reported in accordance with accounting standards. And third, compliance with laws and regulations. Controls safeguard the organization against violations of laws, contracts, or internal policies. Whether it's data privacy, financial disclosures, or anti-corruption standards, internal controls create a safety net that ensures legal and ethical operations. These three pillars, operations, reporting, and compliance, are the foundation of every internal control framework. Together, they help an organization stay on course, adapt to change, and maintain integrity. But to truly understand internal controls, we must go beyond procedures and checklists. Internal control is a mindset. It's about creating a culture where everyone, from the CEO to the intern, understands that their actions matter. Every approval, every verification, and every review is a small but essential part of a much bigger picture. The globally recognized COSO framework describes 5 interrelated components that make internal controls effective. Let's briefly explore them. The first is the control environment. This is the tone at the top, the values, ethics, and behaviors that shape the organization's culture. If leadership demonstrates integrity and accountability, employees naturally follow suit. The second component is risk assessment. Every organization faces risks, from financial errors to cybersecurity threats. Risk assessment identifies what could go wrong and helps design controls to prevent or minimize those risks. Third, we have control activities. These are the actual actions, approvals, reconciliations, and verifications that keep operations under control. Think of them as the locks, barriers, and alarms that keep assets safe and data accurate. The fourth component is information and communication. Controls are only effective when the right information flows to the right people at the right time. Open communication ensures that issues are reported quickly and decisions are based on accurate data. And finally, monitoring activities. An effective control system is never static. Regular reviews, internal audits, and performance evaluations ensure that controls remain relevant and effective in a changing environment. When these 5 components work together, an organization builds resilience, able to anticipate risks, respond confidently, and earn the trust of stakeholders. Now you might ask, are internal controls only for large corporations? Absolutely not. Even small businesses, startups, and nonprofit organizations benefit from having well-designed controls. A small team with defined approval limits, regular reconciliations, and proper documentation can prevent costly mistakes and fraud. Let's look at a simple example. Imagine a small company where one person handles both vendor payments and bank reconciliations. Without separation of duties, that person could process false payments and hide them in the records. By splitting these duties and requiring dual approvals, the company adds a layer of protection, a simple but powerful control. In essence, Internal controls are not about creating bureaucracy or mistrust. They're about creating transparency and confidence. A well-controlled organization attracts investors, satisfies regulators, and builds stronger relationships with customers and employees alike. As technology evolves, so do internal controls. Automation, data analytics, and artificial intelligence are transforming how we design and monitor controls. Today, software can flag unusual transactions in real time, detect anomalies, and even predict areas of potential fraud before they occur. But no matter how advanced our systems become, the core principles of integrity, accountability, and transparency will always remain at the heart of internal control. Let's recap what we've covered today. Internal controls serve three purposes: ensuring operational efficiency, reliable reporting, and compliance with laws. They work through 5 interconnected components: control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring. Together, they form the foundation for trustworthy and resilient organizations. As you move forward in this course, you'll learn how to design, implement, and evaluate control systems that not only protect, but also empower your organization. You'll see how internal controls can transform from a regulatory requirement into a powerful management tool, one that drives performance, integrity, and sustainable success. Thank you for joining me in this introduction. In the next lecture, we'll dive deeper into the evolution and importance of internal controls, tracing their journey from early accounting systems to the modern risk-based frameworks used around the world today. Let's continue this path toward mastering the art and science of internal control.